Welcome to CryptoWise, a couple of wise guys talking crypto. Hello, CryptoWisers. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Milton, and I will be your captain for this episode. In today's video, I wanted to revisit a project that I made one of my very first CryptoWise videos on, Mantra Dao. When I launched CryptoWise, one of the projects I focused on first was Mantra Dao. I made this video here, Top Altcoin Value Pick. I made that video because at the time of recording it, I thought that Mantra Dao was very undervalued. It pumped huge when it launched in the summer, and like all other alts, it really tanked. But for various reasons, Mantra Dao has still not yet pumped like a lot of the other Polkadot projects. And so I thought it was worth taking another look at them because they have made a huge amount of upgrades to the project since my last video. They've released a lot of the initiatives that they had announced back then. And so they've made a lot of progress, and I thought it was worth updating you guys. If you don't know Mantra Dao, have no idea what this project is, check out my first video on it. And you can do that now by clicking the link at the top of your screen. But as my CryptoWisers know, I love Polkadot, and I recently made a video of my top 5 Polkadot altcoins. That is this one here. Now, a lot of those projects have pumped huge recently, so I've been looking for under the radar Polkadot projects that have the fundamentals to be big successes but haven't quite had that huge pump yet. We all know Polkadot is going to be huge this year and for the coming years, and I really believe that Mantra Dao has a chance at being a really important project within that ecosystem. So today I will really focus in on all the things they've been doing over the last few months since my first video. I really believe this could be a Polkadot altcoin hidden gem. So buckle up, kids. This is going to be another exciting episode of CryptoWise. All right, CryptoWisers, before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video, you should know that it is being supported by Mantra Dao. As Milty told you, we will always be very transparent on this channel. But know this, I really believe in this project. As you know, I made one of my very first videos on them, and that first video was not sponsored. I repeat, it was not sponsored. They did not support that video. But when I wanted to make a second video on them because they had so many great updates, I reached out to the team and I said, would you mind supporting it? And they said yes. And we're very thankful at the channel that they did. And just so you know, they have a program already in place. It's called their Sherpa's program. I signed up to be a Sherpa long before I reached out to the team. And in this program, anyone who is part of the Mantra Dao community can earn points to earn OM by helping spread the word about Mantra Dao and doing all sorts of other cool and fun stuff. So really, this video is an extension of that program. All right, CryptoWisers, let's get into this. As I said, I'm not going to go in depth on what Mantra Dao is. If you want to know that, watch my first video. But very quickly, Mantra Dao is a community-governed DeFi platform focusing on staking, lending, and governance. Mantra Dao leverages the crowd's wisdom to create a community-governed, transparent, and decentralized ecosystem for Web 3.0. Building on parity substrate for the Polkadot ecosystem, Mantra Dao gives financial control back to the people to store and grow wealth together. All right, the major big upgrade from my last video that we need to start with is the fact that they migrated from a version 1 token of OM, which is the token attached to Mantra Dao, and they migrated it to a version 2. Now, this is obviously a big deal, but it's something that often happens with newer companies. A lot of companies will launch with a specific token and then realize that there are limitations around that token and they can improve upon it. And so they have to create a whole new version of the token and then migrate over, which is a lot easier than trying to implement those changes in the original token design. But of course, it's a bit of a headache. And as someone who was holding the first version of OM and had to go through the migration to version 2, I understand all the headaches that went around with it, mostly the price of gas to be able to do it. There were a bunch of transactions that you had to go through to get to version 2. But there are a whole bunch of really good reasons why they had to do this migration. And the version 2 token is a big upgrade and will definitely help in the long-term success of this project. First of all, version number 2 has auto-compounded staking rewards. So one of the major things that Mantra Dao allows you to do, and this is inside of their app here, this is their staking platform. As you can see, I have my Mantra Dao in here staked. This is my estimated APR, my daily rewards, and now my earned rewards are just automatically compounded into my overall OM. In version 1, I would have had to claim my rewards and then put them back in. And obviously, because their token right now is an ERC-20 token built for Ethereum, those gas fees are quite high. And so you never did really claim your rewards and put them back in. So those were just kind of sitting there doing nothing for you. And now they're auto compounded, which is great. Next is the variable APR. So it changes depending on how much OM is staked. Great feature. Immediate unstaking for a fee. Always important to be able to get access to your tokens as soon as possible. And if you have to pay a little fee, that's kind of normal, but at least you know you can get at them. You can also cancel unstaking and automatically restake. There's an improved countdown timer, but this is where I think it was the most important. Just clarifying the tokenomics for OM. This is so important when I invest in any projects. Are the tokenomics clear and are they transparent? Version 2 is much more transparent and very clear. It caps the overall supply of OM at 888,888,888, which is obviously a very symbolic number. Like the team at Mantra, I think that's pretty cool. But the most important thing about it is we know what the capped supply of OM is. That will now never change unless, of course, the community votes to change it like any other decentralized platform. So cap supply, extremely important. The other thing for me is the transparency. This version 2 has much better transparency. This is their page here on Etherscan. As you can see, you can come here now and you know everything that's going on with OM. Part of that is looking at the holders. You can see all the wallets holding OM. And right here, you can see the team and advisors. Their OM is here, so you can keep track if they're adhering to their vesting schedule, what they're doing with the tokens. You don't have to worry. It's all here. You got the ecosystem rewards, you got the grants, all very transparent. This is what I like to see when I'm looking at these projects. So definitely a big pain, but well worth it. And the fact that they've gotten through this, now they're on the other side, they have this new improved OM token. This is going to help the project a lot. And just so you know, if you were one of those people who had version 1 like myself and you haven't migrated yet, you have until February 15th to qualify to be airdropped a bit of ETH to help counter some of those gas fees that you're going to have to pay to do the migration. This is another sign of a team that really listens to the community. Look, not going to lie, when I migrated over, gas fees were high. I definitely did not like doing it, especially since I don't have a huge amount of OM. So the fact that they're going to compensate the community and pay back a little bit of that ETH that people paid, that really shows to me that they care and that they're responsive to the community. But guys, the fact that they're on version 2 now, if you end up buying OM now, you're buying version 2. You don't even have to worry about any of this. All you got to know is that these are the added features of the second version of OM that are going to help this project along. Another key aspect about the tokenomics that have changed since my first video are the token unlocks. So the majority of crypto projects, before they launch, they're raising funds through private sales and also initial public offerings of tokens. So an initial public sale of the token also happens sometimes. But it's those private sales. And usually in those private sales, there's some sort of agreement. Those people get the token at a discounted price because they're coming in early, and they usually have some sort of vesting deal. So they'll get a certain amount of tokens and they'll be able to sell those tokens after a certain amount of time. Now, in Mantra Dao's case, I don't have all the details, but on January 18th, JP Mullen, who is one of the co-creators of Mantra Dao, said, "Happy Sherpa Independence Day. Final unlock behind us, and now all the building we've been doing can finally come out to play." This is a huge point, and this is something you have to keep in mind with all the crypto investments you do. What was the private sale? Who bought that private sale? And when do those tokens vest? Because chances are they got in early, they got in cheap, and so when the token's on the market, they're looking at huge profits already, and a lot of the times they're going to sell some of that allocation, take back their initial investment, take back a little profit, and that drives the price down. So in Mantra Dao's case, we know that they had a private sale of about 80 million tokens. They also had an initial public sale of about 75 million. So based on this tweet, we know that those unlocks, those token unlocks to private investors ended January 18th. And my guess is that has been what's keeping this token price down so much over the last few months. Whether it's once a month, once every 2 months, I don't know what the allocations were, but clearly they were unlocking tokens to their private investors, and those people were selling, keeping the price of OM down. Now that that's behind us, I think there's really room for OM to grow now, especially when we see that its all-time high was 62 cents, and here it is sitting at 10 cents. And as you can see from this 30-day chart, the unlocks ended right about here. And since then, we had one big upswing, correction, and another upswing. Definitely trending up since the final unlock. This is what I like to see. All right, the next thing to talk about is all the upgrades they've made on the features that they offer on Mantra Dao. The main features they have, these are kind of the 6 main features they have. The first one is staking. This is a big one. And at the time of my last video, they had Mantra Dao that you could stake. I believe they had R-Fuel at that time, which is the Rio DeFi token. You can also add OM version 2 and Ethereum into Uniswap, get that liquidity token and put it on here and stake it. You get up to about 35% on that. But now they've added the Roya token. Roya is the token of Royale Finance, which is a new project that just launched, and Mantra Dao partnered with them. So you can stake Roya tokens on Mantra Dao right now. And very exciting. This is what I thought would happen when I made the last video, but it is now here. You can now stake both DOT and Kusama on the Mantra Dao app. So I just disconnected my wallet just quickly because I want to show you this. So before you connect your wallet, if you come here to the Mantra Dao app, and this is the desktop app that I'm using, you can see here that they have the choice Ethereum wallets, MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Wallet Link, or now you have your Substrate wallets. And this is the Polkadot ecosystem. So if you're going to stake your Polkadot with Mantra Dao or your Kusama, you would attach your Polkadot JS wallet here and add your Polkadot or Kusama. And as you can see here, they already have Cosmo wallets coming soon because they're also going to have Cosmos and a lot of projects within the Cosmos ecosystem. And word is they're soon going to have Kai and Matic, but I have no doubt that they are going to have a ton more staking products on Mantra Dao coming out over the next few months. All right, the next key feature that has been updated since my last video is their lending feature. They recently launched this feature. It's called Zenterest. It's in beta form. And you can see here, you can use your crypto assets to then borrow other assets. And this is something they only launched a few weeks ago. And as you can see, they already have a lot of different tokens on here. So essentially using both open sourced and proprietary lending protocols, lenders can directly offer cross-chain multi-asset loans to users in order to earn interest on their crypto assets. So you can either lend your crypto to earn interest, or you can borrow crypto and pay interest. So Zenterest in beta form right now, but growing weekly. As you can see, as recently as January 22nd, they added 24 new assets to Zenterest. And they have an article here on their Medium post about that. You can see all the tokens that are available to either borrow or lend. The next feature that they launched since the last video is the Mantra Pool. All right, this is kind of like a crypto lottery. So here it is here in the app. Essentially every week you can put some of your OM into the Mantra Pool. You're basically buying lottery tickets to win some of the prizes. And the prizes right now are paid out in USDT and ETH. As you can see, the prizes are awarded every week with 5 lucky winners every week. And all OM token holders are actual winners because every week it reduces the amount of OM tokens that are circulating. And eventually, if you enter these pools, you'll also get karma points so that your Mantra Dao karma score will go up. They do have an article here on Medium about this. This was from December 23rd. It's when they launched the first Mantra pool. But also Will Corkin, who's also one of the co-founders with JP of Mantra Dao, tweeted this only a few hours ago. He says $6,000 is given every week to 5 winners on Mantra Pool. Last week, there were 23 participants, which means that 1 in 5 participants won. And as you can see here, total pool amount was $1,500 USDT and 3.33 ETH. So I gotta say, as this has just launched, not a lot of people have found out about it yet. The odds of winning this are pretty great right now. Obviously, the prize pool will go up as more people enter, but also your chances of winning will go down. I have not tried it out yet, but I definitely will in the coming weeks, especially at 1 in 5 odds right now. Why not take a shot, see if you can get some crypto winnings? That's one of the things I like about this team and this project, because essentially, look, there are a lot of projects out there doing the same kind of DeFi services, borrowing, lending, staking. Obviously, if you do it really well, you're going to have an advantage. What I like about Mantra Dao is they're going to be cross-chain. Because they're building on Substrate for Polkadot, that cross-chain element is really important. So you're going to be able to stake and borrow and lend tokens and products from all sorts of different chains. As you can see, they already have Polkadot and Ethereum, and they're bringing on Cosmos. So that's a cool feature. But what I also like about this team is how creative they are. The Mantra Pool is an example of that. Another example were these cool NFTs that they launched. So they launched 88 rare NFTs and they sold in 30 minutes. This happened in early December, and the people who bought these NFTs now get special airdrops into their wallet. And as Will said on Twitter just a couple of days ago, the number 2 airdrop that they just got for the NFT holders was from Hedgic. So obviously this one's already sold out. They sold out in 30 minutes, but I just like the creative thinking around it. If you're going to be a platform that is competing with all sorts of other DeFi platforms out there, you're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to make your world different than the other ones. Give people a reason to want to be part of the community. And that's what I think Mantra Dao is doing. It's one of their strengths. They're kind of building a community brand, much like the Polkadot brand that they are building their platform for. And just to talk a little bit about that quickly, right now, obviously OM is built ERC-20 token, but the idea of Mantra Dao has always been to be for the Polkadot ecosystem. So obviously up till now, Polkadot hasn't been ready for these projects to actually be built on Polkadot, but they are building this project in Substrate. So when the opportunity arises, they'll be able to move over to Polkadot and be a cross-chain platform. They are in the Parity Substrate Builders program, and they are also building a multi-collateral CDP and stablecoin product on Substrate. One of the things I'll be looking out for in the future is if Mantra Dao receives a Web3 Foundation grant. That's always a great sign that the Polkadot community is supporting a project. And so I'll be keeping my eyes out to see if Mantra Dao can land one of those coveted Web3 Foundation grants in the near future. Another big thing to keep in mind is that they will also be coming out with a swapping DEX. Very much like Uniswap, they're going to be coming out with their own swapping DEX, which obviously is a huge feature. And there are other people doing this in the Polkadot ecosystem, but good to know, obviously a huge important element for any DeFi community. So I'm definitely looking out for this. This is a key feature in the Mantra Dao future. All right, guys, as you can see, so many updates from my last video. That's why I wanted to update you on this project. And that's what we're going to be doing on CryptoWise as much as we can. When we mention something, a new project or whatever that we're interested in, we always keep watching them. We want to see if they are following that roadmap that they said they were going to do. And in Mantra Dao's case, they definitely are. Another great thing about Mantra Dao is if you follow them on Twitter, they have so many partnerships. They're announcing partnerships on a very regular basis. And that is a very key thing for me when I follow a project. Are they announcing things, especially partnerships? And as you can see with Mantra Dao, they are continually announcing partnerships. Another thing, I'm not an Android user, but they have already launched a mobile app on Android. I'm sure they'll have an Apple version coming out soon, but right now you can already get the Android mobile app for Mantra Dao. As you guys already know, I invested in Mantra Dao in the summer. Still down on my investment so far, but I am not worried. I believe in this project. I think it's only a matter of time until they start seeing some of the increase in token price that a lot of the other Polkadot projects have seen. Definitely think they're still a bit under the radar, and they have fixed a lot of the problems that had been keeping this price down. So my expectation is to see a rise in the OM token price in the coming months. But of course, as always, CryptoWise is not financial advice. We repeat, CryptoWise, it's not financial advice. We're just a couple of guys talking crypto. All right, guys, that was a lot to get through on Mantra Dao, but I hope it was valuable information to you. I believe this is a Polkadot hidden gem. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I always love hearing from you, CryptoWisers. What do you think of Mantra Dao? Let me know. Are you holding OM? You thinking about holding OM? What do you think? And of course, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification button so you know when we publish our videos. Very important. Some very time-sensitive videos get published in crypto. You'll want to know the information right away. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. As always, my name is Milton. Until next time, over and out.